few of the books we talked about Miss Hajar, which is the wife of our Master Ibrahim and the mother of our Master Ismail, and despite the differing opinions, some scholars confirm that Mrs. Hajar was an Egyptian princess. Have you wondered what this name means? Hajar is a name that comes from the old Egyptian word, meaning the second wife of the king, but the name means in hieroglyphics, the first part, ha, it means lotus flower, and the second part, gar, it means land. The woman whose story is told is Mrs. Hajar, the Egyptian Coptic, who was an Egyptian princess, but she became a prisoner with the king of Egypt, and when our Master Ibrahim went to Egypt with Mrs. Sarah, so the king of Egypt sent Sarah to come to his palace, and tried to get close to her, so his hands stopped moving and he said to her, "Pray to God, pray for me, and do not harm you." This repeated twice. The third time, he left her alone and gave Hajar to her, so Mrs. Sarah went to our Master Ibrahim with Mrs. Hajar. Then they left her by Talmats, and Mrs. Sarah told the Prophet Ibrahim to marry Hajar, in order to give birth to a son for him. As Mrs. Sarah was sterile, he married her and gave birth to our Master Ismail. God commanded our Master Ibrahim to take Hajar and our Master Ismail to the Makkah desert, in which there is no planting or water, and left her with dates and little water. So she called on him and said, "God commanded you to do this." And he said yes. She said then, "We will not get lost." And Ibrahim raised his hands by praying to God. Then he returned to the Levant. But what happened with Mrs. Hajar? Mrs. Hajar settled in the Makkah desert. Dates and water ran out, and hunger and thirst began to flow through the veins, and Ismail became writhing from hunger and thirst. Mrs. Hajar went up to the Al-Safa mountain, looking for water in every direction. Then she went down and started seeking a runaway towards Al-Marwa mountain, and she did this 7 times. Then she started looking at her child, so if the water comes from under his feet. So he went to him quickly, and he started gathering sand around the water, and she says Zamzam, so it called the Zamzam. Well, then she started drinking from the water, until she fell, and bent over to Ismail to give him water.